Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Tarnation TV's broadcast of the I Love Excellence series, race number 5, March 3rd, 2024. My name's Blaine, and this is Brad.
Hey,
That's what
how's
it
it going,
looked like.
buddy?
Oh, you know, not bad, man, not bad. Ready to call some racing?
That's all I'm hoping for. Some good, clean racing with a few spectacular crashes.
Yes, hopefully not too many, but the spectacular crashes, boys, keep it down to a dull roar.
Just enough.
Yeah.
Just enough to get by.
Stay tuned, you know, for lap 11 for one spectacular crash. It's tough. We've done these races where they go green the whole way and they're just as good as a couple of spectacular crashes. We do run no damage here on Sunday nights. Of course, this is the truck series. And thank you for watching. We'll show you some points. I noticed here we've gone to plaid. I don't know why everything's purple, but it is. It's not my call. It's Jeffrey Elliott's call. But all the drivers highlighted in purple will make the playoffs. What were you going to say?
Oh, no, I was just saying, when the boss tells you to do something, you just kind of do it. You don't really question it.
No, I logged on to the website, and it was purple today, so there it is. But yes, Greg Lovell, Doug Hulick, and Denny Carroll are in the top 3 spots. It's a very colorful list. I do know what those colors mean. I can't remember. I think the blue is a win.
Purple is for the Joker.
Right.
The red is for Mario. And green is definitely for Luigi. So blue would have to be Mega Man. And I think we pretty much wrapped that up.
Yeah, I think you're right. It was funny last week you were talking about the Joker car being Perry Bond.
That's what I saw. Yeah, I saw.
And he's like, you know what? We're going with it.
Oh yeah, no,
yeah.
Mountain Dew. When I got a closer look at it, I just from the top, it looked like the really heavily cartoonized like Joker mobile. The purple and green was like
it was gnarly.
Like, oh, yeah. It's even still with the Mountain Dew, whatever it was. I'm like, that's just a pretty catchy paint scheme there.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Perry Bond, he is the sponsor of today's race. We're going to scroll some pictures here.
That's right.
Yeah, the Moffitt. It's www.moffitt.org in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. The Moffitt Cancer Center. Perry wanted to, dedicate this race, put their name on this thing. So thank you, Perry, for the donation and the sponsorship, and always showing up every week. I mean, this guy races everywhere. I first raced with Perry in the Fast Renegade Series, a different league known as Fast. Run by Randall Coleman. That's when I first came across Perry. And then, every server you join, all the lifers in this old simulator, we're everywhere. So, yeah, it was cool for Perry to come forward. And we're just looking for him on the track here. He's not on the track. We're just in warm-up right now. The guys are just practicing right now. But as you can see from the slides on the screen, there's obviously Perry going for a walk with his dog through the hospital, and then the whole crew that helped him out with his procedures and whatnot. So that's super cool. Perry has a hard time speaking, so he wrote something out that we'll just read it, because that's how we do what we do. We'll actually save that till happy hour, because these guys will be getting ready to qualify. Oh yeah, they got to qualify still. We can read it now.
That's a happy little dog, by the way. I could watch that dog walk on this loop for hours. He's got that funny little butt and that little tiny tail.
Anyways, those little corgis are hilarious.
Back to you, right?
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's fantastic. Funny because I muted the audio on that because there's a song playing, and I don't ever want to get like a copyright strike on the channel.
Oh, I understand.
It's probably fine, but it's one of those things. But yeah, so Perry wanted to say, and I quote, gotta get my pipes ready here. I want to give a heartfelt shout out to the staff at Moffitt Cancer Center, Deb, Charlene, Terry, Madeline, Dr. Echeverria Colone, Dr. Curtain, and all the radiation techs whose compassionate support contributed to a positive outcome. Thank you all. Also a shout out to Jeffrey Elliott and his outstanding league, Blaine and Brad for the broadcast, and to all my fellow racers and admins who make the Talladega Nights Racing League experience so great. Thank you all. Well, thank you, Perry. I pronounced that name right. Did you catch that one?
I was on the edge of my seat. I know you're telling me how you were practicing.
Yeah.
And boy, howdy,
Oof.
did you manage to pull that together. But yeah, that was well done. And that's great. You know what? Like, that's a big list of people to thank. And that was,
Yeah, man.
I'm sure, no small shortage of work to be done too from everybody. And yeah, well, glad that hopefully you're on the mend and that, things are going as good as they can be, right?
Well, and that whole crew there, like, and it's cool too. They let him bring the dog in the hospital. That's always so awesome. That place is some kind of place, eh? Like,
yeah, right.
That building is legit. That's not
those
that's not cheap
are,
stuff.
You know all too well. That's family, right? And if you got your support system, and it doesn't matter 4 legs or 2 or none, whatever, right? But yeah, that's awesome that they let them.
It is super cool because I think it helps with the healing process. Having your buddy in there with you.
I think so, right? It helps in your spirits for sure. Put you in a better mood.
Yeah, and then everybody in the hospital. I mean, they're all going to love seeing a dog walk around too. Like, and then why you kind of wonder, like, why wouldn't they let an animal in? Like it's one of they're the cleanest buildings in the world. They go through and those buildings go through a lot of stuff. A dog has to be in there just for the good energy,
right? I think so. I agree.
Do you want to jump in your car there and abort your qualifying run? These guys
just did
head out onto the track today. Thanks again to everybody watching race number 5 of the I'm a Big Fan of Excellence series.
How about that excellence?
Talladega Nights running a lot of different things coming up. We've got some special events and such on the horizon. If I can get a photograph. Oh, can I show the schedule? Does that work? Let me see. Where's my schedule button? 8. Oh, yes, the ALS race. That's coming up on April 13th. Tarnation TV partners with the ALS Association. 100% of all funds generated from this event will be donated to the ALS Association. So please, in the links below, there is a link to the ALS page. They actually set us up a store. So if you wanted to buy a piece of the broadcast, and like Kelly, it's run by Kelly Cossey, had a friend pass away, Joey Cinnamont, Elmo, so it's going to be called the Elmo 200, because that was Joey's nickname. Hey?
Coach Cinnamont, right? He was a big, he was the softball coach, was it?
Football coach. He probably coached everything. I guess so, yeah. Those guys coach everything.
I was like, yeah, okay, fine, I'll sub in for whoever, but yeah.
That'll be a super fun race. It's going to be a big broadcast. It's going to be 3 of us up here in the Tarnation, Winnebago. Me, Brad, and Seth Cole will be lending his services as well, and all his knowledge behind this game for all the years that it's been around. And it's going to be a lot of fun. And it's really cool because we're selling pieces of the broadcast to try to generate as much money as possible. Because last year we did this without the help from the ALS Association. And we generated over like $4,000 in a 2-hour broadcast. Is nuts. So now they reached out and were like, yo, we'll help you with this. Like, we'd love to partner with you guys, because it was a little bit too late when we finally asked them. So we kind of just did it low key and still generated $4,000. So I think now, like, if you want to put your logo on the screen anywhere, we've got instant replays, we got videos, we got all kinds of cars on the track, and all be sponsored. That store, people have already bought some of the stuff, like the crank it up screen and the main launch screen and the replay screens and all these different things.
That's amazing. Already.
Very cool.
That's not even for another month and a half.
Yeah, 2 or 3 of those, 2 or 3 of the big ones are gone. Like, we put price tags on some of these things at like $200-$300, and people already bought them. So that way you can go to their website, pay for that. We'll work with the people to get the info, what logos they want on screen and what's the website addresses and stuff. And that way that money goes directly to the ALS. So very, very cool that we kind of made this thing a thing. Like, that'll happen.
Well, what it turned into, right?
Yeah.
From where it started, like, just like, hey, let's do a little, one thing and see what you can raise. Now it's actually an official, sanctioned event from ALS's society. Is that what it is?
The ALS Association, yep.
Association, yes.
Well, and that thing too, like, even just the Tarnation TV broadcast as a whole. We started it out as a fun thing, and it was a little bit janky, and we worked out the kinks, and we made it pretty cool.
And now we're cutting deals with like TSN.
Well,
and
now
who would have thought?
Yeah, like the ALS Association, we sent them some of the videos of our broadcast, and they're like, "Oh, that looks like a lot of fun. Like, what do you think?" Kelly was throwing ideas around, and even like Jeff and I for this series here, we've had like tonight, Perry comes in with a donation, and we work with him for the week to get the logos on the screen and stuff. So it's super cool. Hey, Ken, what's going on, bud?
Are you guys ready?
We are ready. Drag me up there and we do this thing.
All right.
All right, we're getting ready to talk to the drivers. Qualifying is done.
All right.
Good evening, everybody. And we are here again on a...
Blaine won't let me drag you up. For some reason, it won't let me drag you up.
Oh, interesting. Let me see if I can do it. No, it might kill the game, actually.
Can I do it? I don't know.
Maybe, yeah, you try that. Maybe Brad can.
Right.
No, you might not be able to, Brad. You don't have any privileges on the server.
That's the same old story.
Yeah.
Bridesmaid.
If I try to do it, Ken, the game's probably going to crash. Let me just give me a second here. Let's see if I can actually do it. Yeah.
Can somebody get...
Oh, I think we made it happen. I think we did make it happen. Hey, guys, how you doing tonight? Yeah, again, awesome to have everybody here on a Sunday evening. And obviously, we're having issues with the broadcast, of course. But we'll start at the top of the list. I don't know who it is, so whoever qualified first, let her rip.
Robert Breedlove in a 931 out of Lancaster, South Carolina, driving a Diet Pepsi Chevy. Just give a big shout out to Perry for sponsoring this race, and to the Elliott brothers that are remembering their dad today. Appreciate everybody.
Starting second in the 55, Tostitos Silverado, painted by Rodney Solons out of West Bend, Wisconsin. I'd like to give a big shout out to the Moffitt Cancer Center and Prairie Bond for sponsoring this, and shout out to the LA boys that are watching. Good luck, everybody.
Starting in third position, 63, Keith Bynum, driving the hubcap Annie Chevrolet Camaro, and ditto to what both of them said up there. And prayers being with our brother Elliott's. And wish everybody good luck in tonight's race. Let's have a good one.
Starting fourth, driving the number 4 car from Bridgeport, Connecticut, Javier Negron. Shout out to Perry Bond for the sponsor and to the Chris Javier family for watching.
Starting fifth, the number 80, driving the Dodge Mopar, painted by Mr. Frank Divins. Let's have a good race, guys.
Starting in sixth, the 388, Dan Lovell from Big Stone Gap, Virginia, driving the Gray Ghost, painted by Frank Divins a while back ago. Thanks, Frank. Just want to say thanks, Perry, for sponsoring here. Prayers are with the Elliots and their family. And thanks, Blaine, for all you do here, putting on the broadcast for us. Thanks to all you guys racing. Good luck, everybody.
Starting seventh, Randy Waugh from Huntsville, Alabama, driving number 21 Alabama Crimson Tide Chevrolet. I want to shout out to my sons Christian and Corey, my grandsons Adrian, Asher, and Asa. Thank you, Perry, for sponsoring this, and shout out to the Elliots.
Starting eighth, Greg Lovell in the number 8 car from Big Stone Gap, Virginia. I'd like to give a shout out to Jeffrey, Chris. Thinking about you guys. And Ken, thank you for what you do, buddy. And let's have a big, fun, good race, guys.
Pulling off ninth in the 82 West Virginia Tourism Ford F-150, Craig Hagley out of Canaan Valley, West Virginia. I'd like to thank the Moffitt Cancer Center for everything that did to be able to keep Perry out here racing with us. And thank you, Perry, for sponsoring. And big shout out to all the Elliott boys. And thank you, Jeff, for everything you've done. You too, Chris.
Starting in 10th, Mike Mangialardi driving the 29 Ford Mustang. Thank you, Perry Bond, for sponsoring this race tonight. And shout out to my friends watching at the Rainier Room, and a shout out to the LA boys. Prayers are with you.
11th, Pat McCarsky. Thank you, Perry. Thoughts and prayers are with the Elliott family tonight and every night.
Starting 12th, number 043, Brian Lovell from Big Stone Gap, Virginia. Thank you, Perry, for what you've done, and I'd like to give a shout out to the Elliots and let them know we're praying for you. Have a good race, guys.
Brian Ross in Heath, Texas, number 6, Chevrolet Silverado. Thanks, Perry, for the sponsorship. Thanks, all the Elliots, for all you do. And thanks, Ken, and all the other admins. And thanks, Rodney, for painting my stuff.
Starting 14th and number 24, Graham McDonald from Sarnia, Ontario. Shout out to the Moffitt Cancer Center and Perry for sponsoring the race. And thoughts and prayers are with the Elliott boys tonight.
Starting 15th, Bobby Farrell, Frederica, Delaware, and the number 77, Bama Buggy Chevrolet for Spire Motorsports.
Starting in 16th, Stephen Brandstetter from Ranelette, Oklahoma, driving the 510 OSU Ford F-150 painted by Blaine Donlin. I'd like to give a shout out to Perry Bond for the race and shout out to the Elliots. Thank you.
Starting 17th, Garland Oaks from Martinsville, Virginia, driving a number 67 Toyota Tundra, Diet Dr. Pepper. I'd like to give a shout out to Perry for sponsoring the race and to the Elliots. Drink your Dr. Pepper and watch the fireworks.
Starting 18th, and the 60, Perry Bond, the man of the hour. Thank you, Perry.
Starting 19th from Orrington, Maine, number 66, KD Huntsberry, driving a Yankee Silverado Chevy. I'd like to shout a big thank you, Perry, for sponsoring this race. And prayers and thoughts go out to the Elliots. Hope we put on a good show for you guys. Enjoy it.
John Godfrey, 711 LaJoy's Chevrolet.
98, Zach Roberts, starting 21st. Want to give a shout out to Perry Bond for sponsoring this, and good luck tonight, Team Wrecking Ball, and prayers for the Jeff boys. Thank you.
Starting 22nd in the 09, Chase Elliott, now before Auto Parts Ford. I'd like to thank Perry for sponsoring, and prayers to the Elliott family. Go Team Ford.
Starting 23rd, Mark Paglia from Gainesville, Georgia, driving the 28 F-150 Ford. Shout out to Perry. Thank you for sponsoring this, and thoughts and prayers go out to Jeffrey and his family.
Starting 24th, Kelly Calzi from Agricola, Mississippi, driving the 00 Bucky Chevrolet. Prayers to the Elliott family with the passing of their father.
Starting in the 25th position, Gary the Slingshot Mingus from Tallahassee, Florida, driving a USAA Bank Dodge Ram. My shout out goes to Perry Bond for sponsoring this race. Thank you, Perry. And to the Elliott boys in the loss of their dear father, a United States Marine, Joel Elliott, is truly a friend and has been for a long time. My blessings and prayers for all of you and quick healing in your loss. Also, hang around at the end of the race for Slingshot Silly Statistics and make sure you get all the information you need.
Starting 26, and the number 14, Wayne Pribnow, out of Hartford, Wisconsin.
Starting shotgun on the field, number 42, DeWalt Ford, Jason Sheck, Sycamore, Illinois. Shout out to Perry Bond for the sponsorship and to the Elliots. Hope we put on a good show for you guys.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, guys. It's a little bit of a broadcast hiccup there, but we're making it work. Again, thanks a lot to Perry for the sponsorship tonight, and we will be missing a bunch of Elliots on the track, but everything rolls on, and so will this race. So good luck tonight, guys, and we'll see you on the track.
Thanks, Blaine and Brad. Woo!
Thank you, buddy.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate you guys.
Yep. Thanks, guys.
I have returned, sir.
And I have unmuted.
Right.
Real hurry.
Thank you for the the backup on that one, because they weren't able to pull me into the driver's room for the intros, and therefore my game has a fit when I have to do it myself. So
Oh, of
we made it
course.
work. But yeah, you texted me the qualifying results so I could actually see who was the last speaker. So yeah, full list of drivers tonight, and that'll be super cool. I will just relaunch my game here, and we'll get into happy hour. And we will take a short break. Are they in happy hour? Yes, they are. Make sure everything loads back in here. Probably about a 5-minute happy hour session as all the drivers get out there on track and find their pit stalls and try to hit their marks, if you will.
Right.
For the pit speed limit is 55. Pacing speed is 70 miles an hour. For those of you who don't know what that means, if a caution flag should come out, or even on the parade lap as we come around to green, cars will be going 70 mile an hour. To get onto pit road, you got to come out of turn 4 doing 199. And before that cone, you better get that thing under 55. Otherwise, you will be penalized profusely. But not really. It's just a stop and go penalty.
I'm gonna have to reboot here. I'm getting some hot. My quality is no good. It's showing me like 407 here for some reason.
Your quality, sorry, where?
In the entries, where it showed like your ping and the quality, where it should be like 100.
Right.
For some reason, mine's like 400.
Oh, I don't even see you. What's your truck number?
998.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I don't even see a 998.
In the standing list? No?
No. That's weird.
I'm gonna
maybe try that.
this.
Yeah. Some technical difficulties. We'll get that remedied.
Reconnect. Yeah, let's cancel. Let's just reload this whole thing from the get-go.
Quality should be, high quality would be good, you'd think.
Well, yeah, but it was red, so I don't know. Unless it was like just way too good. Like, slow down, sir. Nobody likes to show off.
Your internet connection is bananas.
Pardon me.
All right.
Okay. Let's go back to the main screen. Launch the race.
Okay, we are in happy hour right now, so we'll get you a live feed of that. As these guys practice for the next 4 minutes, and then we'll be going green. Tarnation TV right now. We'll pause for a short break, and we shall return for the green flag in 4 minutes. I can't remember where I put my brake button. How about right there? All right. We'll be back in a sec. Thank you for your patience, everybody. Watching some cars go around. Focus there on Mark Paglia. Is Perry on the track yet? No. Oh. Zach Robertson, Garland Oaks. On pit road, up to no good.
Yep.
That's not the way you're supposed to drive a truck. Oh, look at that. Isn't it romantic? I have to get the David Attenborough voice out. And here we see two nice trucks in their natural habitat, courting each other on pit road. They are teammates, though, so it's allowed to happen. Happy hour is
bound to.
has come to an end, and we will be getting ready to go green here momentarily. Thanks, everybody, again for watching this evening, and, of course, thanks to Perry Baum for the donation again with Moffitt.org for that legit-looking place, man. Like that pictures we were scrolling. That facility is top of the line.
Right.
They
that appears to be nothing to sneeze at. That's for certain.
No.
They obviously know what they're doing, and
if
they know what they're doing, they can patch you up, and you can bring your dogs in. That's a pretty darn good place. That's basically all I ever look for. Can you make me feel better? Can I bring my dog? And is it, I don't know what else the third thing would be, but is there beer? Maybe if they had beer, that'd be even better.
Fetch me a pint. Yeah, exactly. Did you get in your truck there and retire that thing?
I will right now as we speak.
And we will get on the race leader, which was Breedlove, I think. Yep. But first, that driver start your engine was lame. We're going to let the Balser family do it.
Take over.
Welcome to Talladega Nights SuperSpeedway, one of the fastest tracks around. Presented by Talladega Nights Racing League and brought to you by Tarnation TV. Drivers, start your engines!
There we go. Thank you to the Balser family for the Gentlemen Start Your Engines Grand Marshal duties of the evening. Currently focused here on the 931 Pepsi truck driven by Robert Breedlove. If you follow the channel, I posted a short of the dance that he did through an absolute catastrophe of a wreck. He gained about 15 spots last week here. But we have calamity in the back. Mark Paglia is rolling over multiple times. Looks like there's about 4 trucks involved back there. So we will not go green this time by.
I can't, I'm unable to enter my car to retire.
You may have missed the... Yeah, you can't click on the drive button.
Yeah, but it wouldn't let me do it for any of it. I don't know what the...
Oh
man, this game is fun sometimes. Why did anything change between last week and this week?
Yeah, sometimes that's weird, that thing. Sometimes the drive button doesn't work. I don't know why. It's happened to me before.
Oh, okay.
It's like if you wait too long or not long enough, and then it gets like stuck.
Gotcha.
It may add you to the...
That's the thing. Is it going to be a problem? Should I bail out or?
It won't matter.
My game is acting up in general tonight. I just can't literally do anything. It's
Yeah, see, I'm on there, but I retired. So I shouldn't... If you're on the list, it will add an extra lap to the yellow flag sequence if we happen to have any.
I'm just quitting out completely. This game is...
Making me angry.
I'm going to be back on like 5. I got to do like a full reset of everything, I think, just because things are not going good. There's gremlins in the system, Wi-Fi and everything. So give me 5 and I'll be back on.
Roger. We got you covered. Yep. As Brad goes to get me a pizza. I mean, while he's out there, he might also get me a pizza, I think. We could take a vote on that in the YouTube chat. A little bit of tussle there at the back of the pack. We would have been green already. The lights are back off on the pace truck. This time he should leave the track. Everybody is in line back there. And this race will go green. Robert Breedlove right next to Ken Roberts on the front row, leading the entire pack too. Green flag racing here at Talladega Nights SuperSpeedway. So that's an extra lap. I'm just noticing that. Lap number 1 just happened now. Is that right? I think that is right. Yeah, it's right. It's fine. I was panicking there for a second. Lap 0 is the first lap, and then now Robert should get credit for leading 1 lap. Once my statistics reset themselves. Not really sure what happened back there at the start, but sometimes things do happen, because behind every single one of these vehicles you see on screen is a real person sitting behind a computer desk with probably a steering wheel or a joystick of some kind. So much like in real NASCAR racing, things do happen sometimes. So Robert Breedlove's leading of the first couple of laps. Let's bring up the stats here and see where he's sitting. He's in 20th position currently overall after 4 races. He has made it to all 4 races. Some bad luck, some good luck. If you didn't have bad luck or good luck, you wouldn't have any luck. Keith Bynum tailgating in the 63 truck, sponsored by Hubcap Annie. They were cool enough to sponsor one of the races there a few weeks ago as well.
Ew.
Hey now.
Back at her.
Hey now.
Speaking of bad luck.
Hey.
Here he is.
Hey, yes. Speaking of bad luck, look who walked in the door. Oh, that lap would be led by Eric Lovell in the 80 Mopar Mobile. That Chevrolet Corolla on the outside line there. It's a Dodge Ram. I'm just kidding. It's a slick-looking truck painted by Frank Divins himself.
That's all it needed.
Yeah,
Didn't
all
like
good.
whatever it was, but yeah, all good. Okay, sorry for the mix-up there.
Yep,
but
no
we are
problem.
golden. Yeah, look at this. 3 wide. These guys are just front of the pack, getting a little bit loose there on the top line. Not sure. Oh, door banging in the middle. 4 wide in the.
Why not, right?
Just hey, make some room.
Yeah, move over, will you? Yeah, the 4 wide lasted for. Oh, they're trying to do it again. Guys are making me nervous. Graham McDonald leading the outside line there, being pushed by John Godfrey. It looks like Greg Lovell's been peeking up there in that 8 truck. Like he wants to start. Oh, he did.
I think I just lost it again here. What
Him
happened?
in the 388 of Dan Lovell. I love that 388. He's got the Earnhardt Sr. and the Dale Earnhardt Jr. 88s on the side of his truck working together to make a 388. Are you having issues? Did you just get connected again, or?
I'm not even sure what's happening, honestly. Just a fantastic. I was just like getting super low frame rate, and then all of a sudden, then it just dropped out again. It was like flawless when I first started it up.
I've had a couple of weird little chugs as well. I don't know if it's server side.
I honestly don't know either, because unless I'm just getting bad internet at like from the source level, because my number's the only one that's high of everybody. Shows 100, and I'm 165, and
that's wild.
So,
I've never seen a high one before. Usually the quality level goes low. I've never seen it go above 100. That's crazy. Something up with the core, but yeah, you didn't change your core though. It shouldn't have.
I'm not entirely certain. I'll let you talk about the race, and I'm gonna go just
tinker around,
try and mess around with the settings in the back end, because why would you want to work?
Yeah, there is on the TeamSpeak. You can download the updated core for the the racing, but I mean, it worked last week. There's no reason it should be an issue. But
No.
if you needed to re-download the core and delete the one you got.
Okay. Maybe I'll just grab that and see.
It'll be in one of those channels, probably in the racing lobby. Jeff would have put it up there. Some 3 wide racing coming into turn 3 and 4. We're still locked on to the 388 at Dan level. That high line going forward and going backwards. Nobody wants to stay up there. Reminder to the fans that might be watching at home. This is the beginning of lap number 7. This also is a 47-lap race tonight, and they run 3x, which means the pit frequency is set to 3 times multiplier.
Oh, okay.
Which means the tires and the fuel, like always, will burn away 3 times faster than real life, which, look at that run that Graham McDonald is getting on the outside. Holy moly. He just gained about 4 spots in half a lap or less right there.
Okay.
But yeah, this will put us into fuel window of around 12. So we'll see these guys right now trying to get these rigs down to that bottom line. Some trucks will pit early. I think it was last week we had like 4 laps of pit cycle, which is cool. It breaks up the field a lot. Leads to some different strategies.
Yep.
Some guys are hoping for cautions and some guys are hoping for no cautions. You know, it just depends on...
Depending where you are on the track.
Mm-hmm. You know, you can get out of line early. Get down there early, but you might have to pit one extra time depending on the length of the race.
Well, that's just it, yeah.
And last week we were missing Mike Mangiolardi's number 29 truck. Frank Divins noticed that and promptly sent me. He goes, I painted that one, so here it is. So there it is there. The black and yellow truck. We actually have him in his real paint scheme. The Black Hawk Down Team Sabre. Weird how that game came out in like 2005. Why would you play such an old game? Wait.
Who is going to do that?
Who would do that?
What is the...
What is
the meaning of this?
We'd like to thank everybody for watching our live broadcast from NASCAR Racing 2003 season. Do-do-do-do-do-do.
That's about it, right? Please. Come again. All right.
Keith Bynum currently running in second, right behind Robert Breedlove, still dominating the front. So we do have special pit cameras set up. We'll see if we got any takers. No takers. Maybe next time.
Nope.
A little bit of a different front pack tonight. We've got Breedlove up there with Keith Bynum, Grandy Waugh, Craig Hagley, Eric Lovell. Every week's different, man. Javier Negrona's in there with Garland Oaks right behind him. They're teammates. Greg Lovell sitting back there mid-pack. Used to seeing Greg up front. But then again, every race is completely unique. That's why we come back and do this pretty much every single day. If you play this game, you can find a league and a race every single night of the week.
There's always something going on.
Any takers this time by? We do have one. Who is it? Number 12. It looks like Gary Mingus is on pit road. Unfortunately, he's by himself, which will not bode well for getting back up to top speed, because by yourself out here with no damage, we aren't running any damage. Of course, engine, I think you can still have engine failures, of course, tire wear and fuel consumption. Those are the only things that really get affected. If the trucks get into an accident, there won't be catastrophic engine damage of any kind. However, the draft, the draft is a big deal, because Gary coming off the pits by himself is, I think you run about 180, 181 mile an hour if you're alone. With friends, as you can see here, they're headed into turn 1 doing 199. Well, you were out rebooting. Did you grab me that pizza?
No, I was out actually grabbing the length of rope just in case. No, I was No, I should have, but now I'm back in, and so far, knock on wood, everything is reasonably good until it's not.
Right.
I have no other reason to believe otherwise.
As is tradition.
Internet works fine. Everything works fine. Like I've got like full 400 meg down. Like I reboot all my routers. There's something that does not like it. It just dropped me out again. This game does not. Oh, now I'm at 99. Okay, that's good. That's where I want to keep at it. Green.
Pit entrance mayhem. None of this is causing any damage to the trucks, but it's going to cause a lot of damage to their lap times as the yellow flags will not come out. That was not pretty.
No, I just saw the camera spinning around there.
Trying to find who's in first here. Garland Oaks and Javier Negron. Let's see, Matt Makarsky on pit road. These guys are probably going to be coming down now. Yep. Javier staying out. He's probably already pitted. Has he already pitted? Yes, he has. Now it's the fact of trying to find out who's in first.
Right, getting everything sorted out after all that. And then it'll take another half a lap to get on top of that once more.
Right, we have to let the whole cycle calm down here in the next couple of laps. Right now we're focused on Zach Roberts and the 98 truck, the Fanta, Team Soda Pop. With the Ulysses Sandoval, Zach Roberts, Javier Negron, Garland Oaks, they all run Soda Pop. There's Bobby Farrell in the 77 Bama Buggies. Jason Scheck in the 42. DeWalt truck always looks so nice, black and yellow. Javier Negron in the bright green Sun Drop. Is that a thing? Must be a drink. It's got Maynard's written on the side of it. I thought Team Wrecking Ball was running Soda Pops. This might be in Gilardi.
Lemon soda?
Possible. Not being American, we do not get nearly as many sweets as you guys.
Not the selection either, the flavor really here. They just literally last year brought in Pop-Tarts to Canada. You get strawberry,
right.
And then if you guys are good for a few years, then you'll get like maybe chocolate marshmallow. You go down to the States, and they've got like birthday cake and Oreo, all the delicious flavors of terribleness. But
Randy
I don't get them. I don't get the Pop-Tarts very often, once in a while, but I noticed that they're getting pretty chintzy with the fillings.
Yeah, I was just looking at Randy Waugh and Greg Lovell back down pit road.
I literally can't do anything tonight.
Greg is on a stop and go, and Randy was on a pass through. They both just served a penalty. Bad timing on that. There's Pat Makarsky and Garland Oaks crossing the line in position number 26 and number 27. Currently in first, it is Robert Breedlove, followed by Ken Roberts. Pack of about 9 trucks up front there are your leaders. Ken Roberts, John Godfrey, the number 9 of Frank Divins, Craig Hagley, Keith Bynum, Mark Paglia, Kelly Buckshot Kazi, and Eric Lovell make up your top 9.
Lap 28 drivers. I was going to say lap 28. 16 out of 47 so far.
Yeah, are you having to revert to the feed?
I'm reverting to drawing on walls of caves. I'm drawing pictures of crudely drawn trucks and moving them around while saying vroom vroom.
Right. Game's not cooperating. Huh?
Every time I load into it, and it's good until then it's not. Now again, I'm like, I don't know. I'm back in it for now, and if not, then I'll just basically watch it off of the.
Okay. Yeah, it sounds like something to do with the core with a.
I don't know. Like honestly, right now it's 60 frames golden, but like I say, for some reason, now it's starting to drop 40. The same thing now. It just keeps dropping the frame rates as we go along. Now we're down to 35.
Yeah, I'm running about average of 80.
Yeah, no, I was at 80 when I first loaded in, and I'm actually just watching it turn into a stop motion puppet show as the laps progress. Now I'm at 6.
That's weird. That sucks.
And now I'm frustrated. I didn't change anything since last week.
No, that's it. It's been running great for a couple of weeks, and now it's going to start doing funny stuff. Now you're funny. Everybody's funny. Yeah. Now you're funny too.
Funny is a word.
It is a word. It's the word we can use on this version of the family broadcast.
For the time being.
Yeah.
Another word is whiskey.
Yes.
Come on. Yeah, so I'm going to just be a day late and $1 short on everything right now. I'll keep watching in the background. And then
Hagel getting the big push on the outside, Bynum and Paglio behind him. This front pack hanging out by themselves. Wait, there was 9 trucks in that top 8. And now there's only 8 trucks. There was 9 in that lead pack.
And then there were 9.
Yeah, Greg Lovell there will yield to the high line. Currently in 27th position. If he's able to latch on to that, the tail end of that pack, that would be good. Although they may be moving too quick, they might pull away from him. He does have the draft. He might have latched on. He's gaining speed now.
Okay.
He will be a lap down in the 8 truck, but
he can hopefully catch on there.
Yeah, if he can latch on to the back of that pack with the draft being cut, then he will definitely be the first lucky dog if we happen to have a yellow come up. So far, no yellows. Do you got any action in the YouTube chat there?
That would no. That's just because the YouTube chat that I have on the app, much like my computer, the chat does not consistently work because I don't know why. I don't. Yeah, no, I have nothing. If you can see something, go ahead because technology is the bane of my existence, and barely.
So yeah, we've got everybody in here tonight. Frank Divins, let's do this thing. Of course, Chris Elliott says, hey guys, thanks to the shout outs. And yes, all 4 of the Elliott brothers are all together tonight watching the broadcast. Thanks, drivers, admins, Blaine, viewers, and of course, Perry Bond. So we have Donnie, Jeff, Chris, and Scott. And Jeremiah and Wayne. George, Lee, Ryan, and Edward. There's 19 Elliott brothers. I can't remember all of them.
No, and you're not nor to be expected to.
No. I think there's a Jeremiah.
That was... But they don't talk about that one, right?
No, he's the one we don't speak of. What about Agamemnon?
Yeah. And Percival.
Yeah. Percival. That'd be a great name for a cat. But like Purr.
Oh, I like it. I see what you did there.
Yeah. Keith Bynum next to Hagley. These guys are doing it. Okay, we're like, there's an angle. We're just doing some 3 wideness. There's only like 8-9 cars in this top pack. Yeah, I said cars, I don't care. And they're racing like it's the last lap right now, and we're only halfway through the race. Chris Elliott says, good luck all. Put on a good show, guys. Of course, we have Keith in there too. May God bless you, brothers. Lots of love and peace. Thank you all for the kind words, says Jeffrey Elliott himself. Yeah, the brothers got together after the passing of their father, so that's sorry to hear that, guys. They're all hanging out tonight, watching us for some reason.
You know what?
There's nothing
If you're
better on
bad,
television.
You just got to tune into us, and then you're probably, you know what? Things aren't so bad. Look at these guys, can't get their stuff sorted out. No,
Exactly.
it's good. It's good that they all got to. I know they all made the travel plans there a while back to go see that. So that was awesome. I'm glad that they were able to do that, and not only that, but also just even get together now as a family too, right? Like,
yeah, exactly.
That's awesome. Well, it's good to, you know what? If you're gonna go through some tough times, it's best to do it with other people, especially people that know what you're going through. So,
yeah. Mark Paglia leading the race now. We saw Robert Breedlove peel off and head to the pits.
I'll be back in 2 minutes.
Yep, we are back into another pit cycle. Still green flag racing. Have not had any cautions come out yet. We've had definitely a couple of tussles on pit road, but it is a long race, and with no damage. Just keep going. You never know what's going to happen. We'll flip over to pit lane camera number 2 here to see if there's any more takers. Garland Oaks is on the pits. That whole front pack looks like they're coming in, except for one of them. Greg decided to stay out, but he was also a lap down. That's a tidy, clean, mighty fine pit stop for everybody involved. Oh, looks like Frank Divins overshot his pit stall. He went through it and then had to put it in reverse and back it up. You can say we're already no damage here tonight on Sundays. However, you can still shred gears. There's Eric Lovell. Garland Oaks on his way out. The race off pit road here under green flag conditions. At the start of lap number 25.
Oh, all right. Thanks for holding on.
Yep, no problem. Nice tidy pit stop that time around. Mark Paglia
nice to
still
see.
being billed in first position. Position is such a long word. I just have to say position. I mean, I got time is money.
Who's got time for?
Yeah,
got time for that, really?
yeah. Who has time? Got no time. Got no time. Got no time. Ain't got no time. Someone wrote a song about that.
More time.
So curious now after this if Robert Breedlove landed in around, looks like he's in 10th or so. He had to peel out of that main pack to, he's in 8th right now, followed by the 9th place position at Dan Lovell. So at least he's got a buddy. These guys will be able to stay up around 190 mile an hour.
Nice.
And they are of course they are off pace. We can see there just how much. Looks like about 6 seconds. Top left of your screen, that little black box there with all those numbers, those are your top 10 drivers. Be able to watch the interval real time at the line. See how far behind the leader these guys actually are and if they're able to gain any spots. I'm assuming last time they went by, Robert was 6.14 seconds away from Mark Paglia in first, but that front pack does have 7 trucks in it. That'll be a higher number now. 8.06, so that front pack is definitely pulling away. You can just see like how much that draft affects it, right? Like,
oh, if you
2 seconds,
you just miss it, or otherwise, you're done for.
So right there, you got 7 trucks in a straight line, and they are gaining, they are pulling away from a couple of guys by 2 seconds per lap. John Godfrey ducking down there to go to the pits. currently locked on Ken Roberts there. It's always a good. I always try to stay back about 3 or 4 cars from the lead, because then you get to see as many guys as possible on screen at the same time. So if you want the most broadcast time, just stay in 4th the whole race, or 5th.
Keep right in the middle.
Yeah, right in the center.
That's like I do at work. You don't want to stand out either way. I don't want anyone going, hey, Brad works really hard, because then all they know is that I'm a guy that can upload more work to.
Yeah, you're there.
I'm going to be like, hey, he's a slacker. I'm in the middle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because then you work like crazy hard, and then one day you want to take it easy because you've been working crazy hard. People aren't going to see that. They're just going to see you sitting there. What are you doing?
Because you know what you get for doing more work. You get more work.
Yeah. Hey, we saw you doing all that work. So now that you're taking a break, you clearly got nothing to do. Here's more work to do.
You got time to lean. You got time to clean.
Yeah.
What?
Oh my God, is that a thing? Jeez. Yellow flag is out.
Oh, someone's going to be getting their wish come true tonight.
Yeah.
Might as well be them, because I tried my wishes, and all 3 of the genies just laughed at me and said, nope, nothing's happening on your end.
Yeah.
Oh.
So we will rewind this and find out where.
Who and what?
Because
this is the new season where they're less tolerant to this. So we got to remember that we've got passes. Who's got all their no bump, no fault passes still to spend?
That's a good one. Yeah, we can pull that up.
No, Jeff likes to.
So
it made us like basically we're the judge dreads of racing, the judge, jury, executioner. We are the law, so to speak.
Okay, so Zach Roberts. Oh, it looks like Brian Lovell tried to pull an inside job. I'm putting that on Zach. That's a hard block, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm waiting on I'm going to have to wait and see when I catch up with the replay loads here. All right. Let's see.
Brian slingshots him.
Yep.
And had nowhere to go. The way I'm looking at that's going to be Zach's problem, because that's a bad block, because he pushes Brian right down to that yellow line, and Brian's not going to cross that yellow line because that's at a bounce. Plus, it'll upset the car because of the apron transition. So he just has no choice but to drive right into him. Or what do? You slam on the brakes to avoid him, but then there's two guys behind you, and you're going to ruin their day too. So
I can see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Because that's
I vote the 98 is at fault on that one.
He passed him without the speed needed to. I guess he didn't have because he didn't missing that slingshot juice because he was the lead car.
Mm-hmm.
And then he come by on the outside. Hey, thanks for breaking the wind for me for a bit there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rats.
So the Zach Roberts truck, the Toyota Tundra, that thing will definitely need new tires. But the pit road will also be closed this time around because of the yellow flag. So.
Right.
That's unfortunate. 17 laps to go now.
Mm-hmm.
In first position, we still have Mark Paglia. Zach, I don't know if Zach's allowed to pass the pace car. Yes, apparently he is. I don't know. I don't know about that. Unless he's been told to go around. It doesn't matter. Mark Paglia will be in first place. He will probably lead
the
entire field down pit road. However, maybe not. What's the strategy here? With like 16 laps left.
All out.
Mm-hmm. It's a 12 to 13 lap fuel window. So if you pit now, you're not going to make it.
No.
Or you stay out and do a couple laps under yellow. And then under green have to pit. Or pit now under yellow, but then have to pit again under green because you're not going to make it from here.
Right, and depending on how many laps led, so are you going to be possibly losing out on the extra points for total laps led too, as opposed to just even for a single lap, right? So
yeah,
if that's the consideration, I don't know.
Yeah, you're right. Mark does have 8 laps led. Watch them take full service. Most of these guys are taking full service. Ken Hertzberg just got hooked a little bit getting into the stall there. That's going to slow him down. Looks like Brian Rawson is 6. Off pit road, Kelly Cossey, Craig Hagley, Bynum, and Paglia get hooked around. They cross the line, though, so they'll lock their position in. Robert Breedlove has that first pit stall because he did qualify on the pole position.
Right. That's that risky one to be.
Mm-hmm. No, or sorry, the first one or the last one? Like the first one.
Sorry, the last one.
First
Oh, no,
one out.
there's a clip there on the way out of the gate.
So as this gets sorted, we will focus on the 00 Buckshot Kelly Causey. It had him in 4th. Sheck and Lovell. It's got Lovell. I was just on Kazi. What happened? I pushed a button. There it is. Found him.
Thank goodness.
It's funny because when I look for the 00, I'm always looking for the 0. But like if I look for the 0, it's not that far away because 46800. But it's weird. Like even for Frank Divens, he's got a 9 on the side of his truck, but on the driver counter, he's actually 09 because number 9 is Chris Elliott.
Okay, gotcha, yeah.
But if you want a 0 in front of your number, you don't have to put that 0 in front of your number on your paint scheme. So Frank can still run the 9 truck on track, even though the spotters will call him the 09, because that's technically what he's registered as. It just gets me a little bit messed around sometimes. Take a look at Kelly Causey's ride there. Heading for the pits again. These guys are going to top it up. A quick splash and go for Kelly Causey there. Whoa!
Right, just get a little bit.
My camera just blew up. Sorry if I made everybody seasick. I switched cameras and then the drone went for a little bit of a how's you going, how's your day?
Got hung up on the curb.
Yeah. I'll just blame it on one of the guys who drove into the camera pole because you can see where the camera is. It's basically right in the middle of the track.
Okay, I got you, yeah.
Focus on Brian Rawson there in the 6. The Valvoline classic paint job there. Let's see here. Where's Perry? There he is. Get a good look at that Perry Bond rig.
Looking sharp.
Sponsor of tonight's race, Moffitt. www.moffitt.org. FSB Racing on the side of that, that's another league that has been around for a very long time.
Right.
And Sean Reap over there on his broadcasting duties, you should see the stuff that guy does with the broadcast, man. I still can't figure out how he does some of his stuff on there.
Some old school magic.
He's got a driver
HTML mastery.
Yeah, probably. He's got a ticker that has to be custom coded because I don't know. And the thing with that too is I know a lot of HTML and cascading style sheets because of my high school internet
Talking dirty.
coding. Yeah, back when you had to code an internet page yourself by hand, so you had to know
Right.
some code. So guys like Reap, who are probably in their 40s, would know that stuff. Where, you know what I'm saying? The kids these days, you just
They're
go
not,
to Squarespace and just click on what website you like, and then select the colors, and it builds a whole website for you. You don't have to know the behind the scenes stuff. So I have a feeling Reap must have been a coder of some kind, because his ticker over there at SFB is none. I've never seen another broadcast with a ticker like that.
No kidding.
Yeah.
I'll have to check it out. I haven't actually been over there to see it, but
The one I'm running is a heavily modified scroll, which it comes with the scroll. You just have to know HTML to make it wider and change the colors.
Yep.
And then some guys have actually done the vertical ticker that, flip-flop the bottom, the top 10 stay static, and then the rest of them like flip around. I don't even know how they're doing that. And it is this ticker. I can tell the way it moves that it's this ticker, but I don't know how they're doing it. And I can't find it anywhere, and nobody will share it. I want that vertical one. Either way, back to Green Flag Racing. We're still focused here on Perry Bond, sponsor of tonight's race, the 60 car. Not the Joker, but we're going to go with it. He approves.
Yep.
Currently,
like, you know what? I've been called worse. So
yes,
here we go.
exactly. You Joker. He is currently one lap down, sitting in 26th position. But like we said before, not running any damage on Sundays allows these trucks to stay at speed. So being a lap down in the top line, basically in like row 4 there, he's not really hindering anybody. He's not damaged. He's able to keep speed. Oh, Zach is sideways. This is going to cause the Tarnation TV curse is real. We've been focused on Perry far too long. And now he needs new tires.
And shorts.
And a new pair of strides. Yes, exactly.
Pantaloons. Oh, boy. Yeah, I'm 30 seconds behind because...
Yes.
Windows and 20-year-old games. But that is a spectacular smoke show. Look out. I wish I could pull through the preview there. Let's see if we can find something.
We need to find the driver that actually gets through this so I can make another short with Leonard Skinner playing.
Right?
Looks like
Who
Zach
will
got
it be?
way out of shape on that one. I don't know what happened there. Oh, it might actually be Greg. We'll have to rewind it. Kind of lose in the RV trailers and the smoke. Let's see here. If we get on helicopter cam.
Everybody's favorite view.
Is it Greg? Yeah, everybody's favorite. It might actually be Greg. He checked up and just watched everybody wipe out in front of him. He goes 195 miles an hour. He sees the crash, slams the brakes on, down to 120. That's how you do it, people. Not a scratch on it. Makarski did a good job, too. Pace truck does not care.
Nope.
You know what? Okay, 1 second. Do you want to have a nightmare? Pace truck don't care.
No, yeah.
He's like, I need to get to the front, and I don't care who's in my way. He's already up to 140 miles an hour, 160 miles an hour. He's 200 miles an hour, 210 miles an hour. He's cheating. That thing flies. I've actually never got on the pace car before and actually watched his acceleration. He got to 160 miles an hour in about 3 seconds or less. Oh yeah, that'll report 0 laps left because he's not a real vehicle. I always thought it would be cool if they had if you could be a guest pace car.
Right.
Like if the game would let you, because in iRacing you can have spotters, right? So you can have a 40 car race but then you could have like 40 or 50 more people join as spotters, so they don't take up race slots.
Oh, okay.
So you can sit in the replay mode and watch the race and talk to your driver and run numbers on fuel consumption and all that kind of stuff. I always wondered if they would allow like a custom guest pace car, like a physical person driving it, and just have like a rev limiter, just lock it at 6,000 and leave it in second gear and then just drive it at 71 mile an hour. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. Just give her.
So we have some more people now, obviously, coming down pit road to top up. It looks like Mike Mangialardi, Javier Negron, Zach Roberts is sideways in the grass with Dan Lovell there. Leading the race, Keith Bynum in the 63. Sean Dotson in the YouTube chat. Backstretch looked like a bowling lane.
Oh, absolutely.
Benjamin Snyder in the YouTube chat says JTN, which is the Johto Network, another broadcasting service here on YouTube, if you want to watch more of this from other people. He has it set up with a ticker. You can have your image files of the car numbers.
Oh, okay. Yep.
So across our ticker there, like you can see, in first position, it's the 63 Keith Bynum. I could take his paint job, cut the number out, and use the number on the ticker instead of the actual text. That's actually pretty easy to do. You just make up a folder of numbers, and I think they have to be GIFs. And so the ticker software knows to look in that folder for a number 63, and it'll display that image. So that's kind of neat. That makes it almost look like a real NASCAR ticker, because what they'll do too is they'll match the colors of the cars on the track, which is pretty cool.
Oh, okay.
I've seen them do that. Yeah, that's a cool little trick.
That's a lot of work, though. I would imagine to get that all working. Him.
It's not a lot of work to like implement that, but it would be a lot of work to get the images in the folder, and then if the driver changes his paint scheme, you would have to rip the paint scheme off the car and then do a new one.
Yeah,
it's a lot of work pre-race to be like, oh man, that guy's in a brown truck now, and then you gotta.
Yeah, you gotta keep your paint for the season.
Yeah, I will never do that. Yeah, unless the league makes a rule where you only run one paint, or it's a special race. It looks really cool, but I would never do it. It's just more work. I'd rather focus on
would you be able to have it like? Oh yeah, no, I was gonna say that'd be way too much shit to try and just keep track of that alone. Forget it.
Yeah. Join us next week.
If you had a whole series of folders, but then I'm like, nah, that's like.
Yeah, you could.
Now it becomes a thing.
Yeah. What are you doing to me, Brad? Quiet. It's impossible. Just play along.
It can't be done.
Yeah.
I refuse to hear about it.
I've had enough of you up to here. Remember to join us next week live here at Tarnation TV for the Talladega Nights Racing League. Race number 6 of the series, the iPE Excellence Series, comes back to the Talladega Nights SuperSpeedway. Doug Hulick is sponsoring race number 6 next Sunday. The Veterans Crisis Line 125, right here, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Subscribe to the channel because, Brad, did you? Yeah, I did. That piece of paper beside you there. Coupon codes for free subscriptions.
Oh, for the next, hold on. There, it's I blank excellence. That's at tarnationtv.com.
Right.
And then you get 5% off subscriptions for the next hour.
Yes.
Give them to your friends. You can buy 2 or 3. Give them to your neighbor, postman, mail lady too. There's a post lady. Mail lady. That's
depends how you spell mail, I guess.
I don't want to get into that.
No.
Anyways, moving along.
Yes.
A mail person.
Lap number 40.
MAIL.
Mail carrier.
Mail carrier. There we go. Anyways.
Or female carrier.
Grandma.
We're just getting out of control, yeah.
The dog's play date friends. Your dogs do play dates? Get together with their doggy friends?
No.
Take the dog to the dog park. Let him play with some dogs.
Yeah, dog
He'll
park's
have
stupid. But yeah, thanks to Doug for his sponsorship next week. A retired Army veteran. I think he's Army. I'm pretty sure he said Army. When I say Army, I should just say military, because then it covers Marines, Air Force. It covers all that stuff. Navy, Army, all those people. All the military people, thank you for your service. And thank you, Doug, for sponsoring next week's broadcast. The Veterans Crisis Line, the 125 miles. As we go green here at lap 41, we are within 10 to go, so we are within a raceback situation. What's that mean? You know what that means.
Means we're going to race back.
The yellow flag comes out, we don't lift. Keith Bynum leading this race, right beside him. Back in the front row, again, familiar face, Robert Breedlove. We will not veer away from this top pack. We'll make sure we stick to these guys to the end of the race. Because it will definitely get exciting.
Indeed.
So I think
Indeed it
TV2,
will.
people don't like helicopter cam that much. I'm going to stick with TV2 for the finish. It looks like it's probably the best one over the stripe.
I would think so. Especially as green racing, then TV2 is really good.
Yeah. TV1 and 2, but then like for the finish, it's different. So TV2, the camera's basically right on top of the flag stand. So you get that photo finish angle. I think it's actually in front of the flag stand. But TV1, I'll switch to TV1 right now. Where does TV1 put it? Spectator cam is okay, but it's a little bit behind the play on that one. TV1, TV1's right on the line. Yeah, one or the other. 3 wide. Eric Lovell to the top line with Garland Oakes and Steven Brandstetter in that orange truck. Would be cool if that truck won. I painted that thing, that 510. They are going for it. They're trying to get the third lane working. Brian Lovell almost 4 wide. Almost 4 wide right there. Brian Lovell chose to go to the high line. Eric almost didn't get rode up in time to actually let him tuck up in front there. That could have been a nightmare, but it's not, because these guys know what they're doing. A little bit of give, a little bit of take. Plus, they share the same last name, so they probably got each other on a special whisper channel. We have an accident in the back. Looks like that might actually be a Perry Bond truck. I can see the bright green. And the front pack is wrecking too. Everybody in the world is crashing. So we got Randy Waugh, Ken Roberts chasing down Robert Breedlove, who's kind of hung out to dry right here. This could be for the win. The race, it's pretty close. We do have a truck a lap down. It appears that it's going to be at the line, Robert Breedlove. Yellow flag is up. They will race around to the back straightaway and catch up with the pace truck. And slow her down to 70 mile per hour. That was some calamity right there. So we got 2 laps to kind of go back and watch what happened here. So we'll do it as fast as we can. Okay, so we can get back to the first initial wreck. I believe it was Perry involved in that, because I could see his contrasting colors. Okay, it was somebody on that tire. I actually almost got through it. Oh, they were 4 wide. Brian Rawson. They were 4 wide going into that corner.
Getting a little bit greedy.
Yeah, and it can be done, but the spotter won't relay 4 wide.
Right.
Oh, right off the front row. It looked like... Okay, we'll let that play through. A lot of trucks caught up in that one. A lot of fresh rubber going to be needed on that one. That little bump in row 2, it looked like. Can't really see it. I'm going to have to use helicopter cam. Yeah, coming out of turn 2 onto the back straight. Looks like he wants to go to the second line. It's just a little, and he gets a little bit of a block. Keith wanted to go with him. And unfortunately, sort of spun himself out on that one. There was not enough room to go with Ken. And then this is the race back to the yellow. As they almost go 3 wide trying to chase Robert down, which isn't going to gain them any speed. So that was good for Robert that these guys kept racing behind him. Brian had the run, though, on the outside. And then they're able to cross the line right there, and that'll lock in those positions. We'll go back live. I'm pretty sure this race is done. Yeah, we are definitely...
That's going to be it.
Yeah, we are definitely done. We are going to be starting the final lap here in the next 20 seconds or so. It's a little side view of your winner. If you can make it to the end, it's never over until you take the checkered flag. But Robert Breedlove currently in 20th place with 439 points. With a win, he comes out of here with... He led the most laps. He will definitely be leading 21 laps today out of 47. Domination with a first place finish. We don't see that happen very often. Sometimes the dominating driver doesn't win the race.
No, that was definitely not the case this evening, and with finishing after that wreck like that too. But that's good. He was able to keep his position with everything going on that did.
Because it's happened to Robert before, where he'll come out here and lead a ton of laps, and then he'll end up, not winning. So he'll walk out of here tonight with the 185 points that the game will generate. And I can't remember, do they give bonus points for wins? No, they don't. 180. He'll get 185 because 180, I think it's 180 for a win, which is leading a lap because you're leading the last lap. But then if you lead the most laps, you get an extra 5 points. So it should be 185 points. So I'll put him up into 500 and, do I have to do math? Why do I do that to myself? I mean, pending review too, right? Because that's always the thing, but that'll give him 624 points. That is a huge bump for Robert. Unofficial results, of course. Retired trucks for this evening, Javier Negron and Zach Roberts and Jason Scheck. Unfortunately, Jason Scheck retired a couple laps ago. Just to let you know, Brad, your mic's off. I don't know if you accidentally hit something, but we'll watch these guys go around. This is lap 47. As Robert Breedlove takes another win here at Talladega SuperSpeedway. Race number 5, sponsored in part by Moffitt Cancer Center, www.moffitt.org. Thank you to Perry.
Absolutely. It's always good to do for a good cause, and raise awareness to places that are doing good, helping out organizations, people, and all sorts of things, right?
Yeah.
ALS, otherwise this.
We forgot to talk too quickly about the King of Kings, the Eliminator. The date has been changed to April 6th, right here at Talladega Nights SuperSpeedway. Watching that race from the back to the front. So if you can't If you're last place, you're getting asked to park. You'll be at wow. If you were in last place, you will be asked to park it. Every couple laps, the last place truck will leave the racing surface. Well, that'll be a lot of fun. And then when it gets down to the last 10 laps, it's a sprint. And we go for the win. Speaking of the win,
there it is.
Robert Breedlove. Do you have the flag?
It's around here somewhere. It's the. Where did I put it?
You got it?
Here it is.
You got it? Okay, cool. Thank you to Jonathan Berry for writing the song you're listening to right now. We will now visually consume the burnout of the century. Coming right up here. One of these days. That's one thing about Talladega. You got to wait about 5 minutes to go around to do a burnout.
Ain't that some stuff? I hope there's got enough fuel to get there.
I just switched onto the wrong car. Where'd he go? There it is. Robert, I can't find it. I can't get close enough to see the truck. He's got so much smoke going. He's in such a tight circle, I can't barely see him. So we're going to zoom right in.
Trust us, he's in there.
He's in there somewhere. We usually try to get a picture of the truck. Here we go. He's trying to blow it up.
Yeah, probably. See how hot, how fast you have to go to make the melt right off.
Your winner, the 931 of Robert Breedlove. Congratulations, Robert. We'll save up these replays and start talking to these guys. What's the date today? The 3/3 iPE 5, I think. Thanks again for watching, everybody. Post-race festivities will begin shortly. Brad Leckerman fell to unacceptable levels. That does sound like a core problem. That's weird because it worked
I just
fine
downloaded
last
the
week.
core, everything, man. It was absolute. It was just crazy because I'd reload it and it would come in at 100 frames a second, and I could literally watch it drop from 100 to 90 to 80, 70.
You went and grabbed a new core.
I went from back into TeamSpeak and grabbed it and a little bit of everything. So
see, that's the thing though. If you're using the RLM Arena to join the server, it swaps cores for you. You shouldn't need it. You shouldn't even need to do it. Because if you use the Arena,
it was something to try because
any league can update. I think that's how RLM works. You can upload your core to the server, and then when you join the server, it pulls yours out, puts theirs in, and then when you quit it, puts it back. I don't know. That's very strange.
Super odd.
Damn thing. I tell you.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, we will
besides smash things with a hammer, like Office Space style. Just beat the hell out of it. I could use an old printer right about now. Honestly, I have
Office
some
Space
rage issues.
Yeah,
exactly.
Coming to get you, gangster. I'm gonna grab Randy Waugh here, 4th position truck for the night. We'll talk to him. Oh, there he is. Hey, Randy, what's happening?
Load letter right here.
Hey, how's it going, Brad and Blaine?
That's it. Yep, you'll be right 50% of the time. Start with one of those names. Man, what a crazy race. That was awesome, man. You got your computer fixed there a couple weeks ago. You come back, and here you are in an interview situation.
Yeah, I got 6th last week and 4th this week. And, man, if I had somebody behind me push me on that one, I might have won that.
Yeah, it's coming down to that under 10 to go kind of race back under yellow situation. And like the 3 of you guys that were behind Robert were just kind of fanned out too much. You couldn't really you all had so much momentum. You know, there's nothing to do except just go for it.
Oh yeah, we went to the outside there, and somehow Ken and Frank got together, and I just went low, tried to avoid it, and kept the gas in it.
That'll usually work, especially at Talladega. Just pedal to the metal and let it get sorted out.
I was lucky enough; I made it through both of those wrecks. So I don't know. I guess God was with me tonight.
Was there any weird fuel strategies going on? I guess not, eh? When the yellows come out near the end like that, I saw you guys kind of do a double tap on the pit stops just to, you know, make sure you could make it.
Yeah, I topped off on that last lap, and I was still probably a half a lap to a lap short. And when then that caution came out, that really helped.
Oh, you would have been short even after the previous one. Because I know the one came out like 16, 17 to go. But yeah, some guys opted to pit and some guys opted to stay out.
Yeah, even the ones that pitted, I think, were going to be about a half a lap short.
Ah, damn. That would have been cool. That would have been neat to watch that come and play out. Having to pit for a splash with 5 laps to go or 3 laps to go or whatever it would have ended up being.
Oh, yeah, that would have been something. I was trying to save as much as I could being in mid-pack, but, man, those last laps, it's just hard to save gas because you're trying to get to the front.
Right. Yeah, any saving you're doing through the races leading up to that, right? Having to drive the snot out of that thing to get to the front.
Yeah, and when you got a run going, you don't want to check up. So, you know, you have to either get out of line or put the brakes on one because I mean it's just hard to save gas when you're racing.
Yeah, I don't do it. I don't really conserve much. I don't roll the throttle. I don't do the clutching. I don't do any of that stuff. I just kind of just drive it, and hopefully the mathematics work out in my favor.
I'm always clutching under caution.
Yeah, even on a big track like this, it's hard to do it. Like on different tracks where you've got a lift going into corners and stuff, you could just drive a different line and sort of take it easy, maybe look like you're falling back a bit, but then be there at the end. On the SuperSpeedway, it's tough to do that.
Yeah, it is, because the guy behind you, you know, if you check up a little bit just to save gas, he can run over you.
Yeah, that's a tough one, exactly. You just want to stay in it to prevent any problems.
Yeah, I'm way back in like 37th in points, I think, because I missed 2 of the races. And but with a 6 last week and 4th this week, maybe I can get back in the top 25 anyway.
Yeah, maybe. You never know, right? Somebody else might have some issues too, and you never know. It's a long season. Not a super long season, but long enough.
Yeah, we still got a few go. So hopefully if I can keep getting these top 5s, and I'll be back up there.
That's one way to do it, man. Well, yeah, that's an awesome finish, 4th place on the night, and yeah, we'll give you the mic for any shout-outs you want to do, and then we'll move up the list to Brian.
Yeah, I'll shout out to my sons Christian and Corey, and my grandsons Adrian, Asher, and Asa. My grandson Adrian is wrestling for overall state championship in all classifications in a couple of weeks, and then after that he's going to the nationals to see how he stacks up against the rest of the country.
That's amazing, man. Congratulations. That's awesome.
Yeah, he's done real good this year. He only lost 2 matches all year. One of them's in the state final. So
wow,
he's pretty good wrestler. He takes after his grandpa.
That's cool, man. Yeah, good luck with that. That'll be a lot of fun. State.
We'll see him on Monday nights pretty soon.
Yeah.
What was that, Brad?
So maybe we'll see him on Monday nights pretty soon. There, wrestling.
Which wrestling are you talking about, though? He's an Olympic wrestler, not a pro wrestler.
Well, I know.
Yeah,
but
it's not
that
Kurt
TV
Angle,
wrestling. He made the switch.
Yeah. Where's the money at, right? Like a lot of those guys, you know what? Let's just go be a stuntman. You know, it all leads to something. But that's amazing. National. You think about the nationals, like that's gnarly. Like that's the entire country, man. Hundreds of millions of people, and you're there.
Yep.
Wow.
A lot of the wrestlers, though, there's not. I don't think there's pro wrestling. So what they do is they go to MMA. A lot of them do.
Okay.
Yeah, because if you're a ground guy, that's mixed martial arts. If that's your martial art, it's one of the mixed up ones. Start throwing some punches, but it gets you on the ground like the Grace. Like was it the Gracies? They were the jiu-jitsu guys, so they couldn't hit that hard. But man, they'd roll you up into a pretzel shape and make you tap out pretty quick if they ever got you on the ground.
Yeah, right.
That's all it takes.
Yeah, man.
Let me shout out to my son Corey again. He loves hearing his name, and in this month we're going to have a special race for him and several posse.
Yes.
So I'm looking forward to that. I just hope we can work it out where I'll be there.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, that'll be a lot of fun, man. So yeah, shout out to Corey. Corey, you know it, bud.
Absolutely. Yeah, Corey, we're looking forward to doing the race for you there. Well, awesome.
Thanks a lot, Randy.
Frank Divins painted me a truck that has Corey's picture on the hood and other pictures on it. So he loves that. I showed it to him.
That's cool.
That's awesome.
I gotta get on that and focus on that on the broadcast.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta get all these
You
notes.
guys have a good one. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here and let the next guy come in, and I'll talk to you next week, I hope.
Rock on. Have a good night, Randy. Thank you.
Thank you. Y'all have a good one.
That's good.
Gary Mingus with the silly statistics of the night. Do you have your information ready, sir?
I most certainly do.
Awesome. Let her rip.
All righty. Well, what a great race this was. And it started out very good with no cautions in the first leg of the pit stops. But the fastest laps of the night, in honorable mention, is Greg Lovell. In fifth place, John Godfrey, 48.069 seconds, 199.214 miles per hour. He did that on lap 8. In fourth place, Kelly the Coach Causey, 48.066 seconds, 199.226 miles per hour. And he did that on lap 7. In third place, Bobby Farrell, 48.058, 199.260 miles per hour on lap 6. And tied for the top 2 spots were Mark Paglia, and I'm going to withhold the other name, 48.057 seconds, 199.264. He did that in second place on lap 7, and on lap 8, yours truly, Gary the Slingshot Mingus, 48.057, 199.264 miles per hour, and he did it on lap 8. Only reason I got number 1 is because I did it on lap 8. He did it on lap 7. We had Robert Breedlove, our winner, who led 22 laps. Keith Bynum led 8. Mark Paglia led 8. Craig Hagley led 3. Randy Waugh led 2. Eric Lovell led 2. Brian Lovell led 1. And Kelly the Coach Cosby led 1. And that, my friends, is your statistics for the night. Slingshot silly statistics, and my heartfelt condolences go out to the Elliott family, Chris and Jeff and Donnie and Scott, the brothers, all together tonight. In deep thought and condolences go out to them for the loss of their father, Joel, the United States Marine Corps Elliott. And that, my friends, is all I got for you tonight.
Awesome. Thanks again for the stats. And yeah, shout out to the Elliott crew doing what they do. And yeah, it's that's a shame. But everybody can rest. It's that guy, he led a life, man. That was the thing.
Oh yeah, he was a great fella. I played a lot of golf with him, helped him out with his computer up until the time he started to move into first stages of dementia. I've known him for a couple of years. We've talked and chat and visited and been on his computer, even way out there in Utah. I felt pretty close to Joel. He was a good guy. Everybody loved him.
Nice. Yeah, rest in peace, Joel Elliott. Responsible for a whole bunch of Elliots.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, thanks for the statistics there, Gary. And we'll
Awesome
move
as
on
always.
to. Sorry, what, Brad?
Oh, just saying, awesome as always there. Good to have all the behind the scenes numbers pulled up.
Yeah, he can see, with those replay analysis, he can definitely see more than I can with the stats rolling. But yeah, thanks, Gary. Have a good night, bud.
Thank you to you all.
Brian,
See you next week.
Thanks, Gary. Right there, Brian. Third place. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you, guys. How y'all doing tonight?
Oh, not too bad. That was an awesome race, man. It's a couple in a row.
Yeah, the season didn't start off too good for me, but I think it's going to turn around. Maybe there might be a win in the future or something here.
Hopefully, man. You're up there. You know, it's fun to see every week as we go through these races, you know, where guys will end up. And sometimes it's a matter of like milliseconds sometimes, because we were watching, like I was saying to Randy, we were watching you guys fan out there when that yellow came out with a couple to go, and nobody really had as much momentum as Robert to catch him.
Yeah, we got spread out big time, but I got hit from behind with his pit, and that just spread the whole field out.
Yeah, I'm looking here at the stats. 432 points coming into this race, and leaving this race looks about 170. That's a good little bump.
Yeah, that pushed me up. I think I was 22nd point or
21st,
something.
yeah.
21st. Yeah, that moved me up a little bit in the points.
Yeah, you're up there with Eric there, bumping and grinding, man. We had us on the edge of our seats a couple times trying to push each other, or maybe not meaning to push each other. It was definitely, I gasped a couple times.
Oh yeah, coming to the start-finish line on that last lap, I thought he might, hang with me, but no, he's gonna whisper, "I'm going outside." And he's taking it 4 wide,
Yeah, that was the cause of that caution too. There was a caution that came up because there was a bunch of 4 wide going on at the back, and going into a turn, sliding up the track and just taking each other out, because the spotter doesn't relay 4 wide information. It's up to the drivers that are kind of looking at it from afar to call that out to those guys. But yeah, you guys, you know how wide the track is. We can do 4 or 5 wide if you want to.
Oh yeah, you can do 4 wide here. You just got to be smooth. You got to be smooth with your wheel.
Yep, I've done it. I love it, especially going into turn 3.
Oh yeah,
that big wraparound to the start-finish line. It's a lot of fun 4 wide because the track gets really wide there too. So
yeah, these big tracks like this, I mean, it's not really all that hard. It's just really comes down to being lucky.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, luck is always part of it, man. But do you have any shout-outs you want to toss down before we move up the list to Ken?
Yeah, I want to shout out my heart condolences that goes out to the Elliott family. Love them to death, and it's like they say, we're born to die, and that's one thing that we have no control over, really. And I hate it for Jeffrey and Chris and Donnie. I don't really know their other brothers, but I lost my mother back in 2013, and it was the hardest thing I ever went through, and I still struggle with it a lot, and it all happened so fast with brain cancer.
Oh wow!
I feel so sad for their family, and which I'm glad he got to live a long life. My mother, she was only 65, and you don't expect someone to pass at that age, but I pray for the Elliott family.
Yeah, we all do. That's tough, losing a parent, but at least now he's at peace.
Yeah, he's in a better place than here with us paying bills and worrying, and
yeah,
They're taking on life stresses, you know. You don't have to worry about none of that anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, but you just carry on, and we'll find them. We'll find them again someday. That's what I always say. I tend not to say rest in peace. I tend to say carry on.
Yeah. I think I'm like you. I think we'll all, you know, we're at what they call purgatory, you know, like a temporary holding place when we die. You know, it even talks about it in the Bible. You know, purgatory is like a midpoint between earth and heaven until God comes back. So we may all know each other. I don't know. You know, nobody really knows. But hopefully we'll be able to, you know each other in one way or another.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. I don't know how to move on from that. Congratulations on a third place win. On a third place finish. It's tough to move on from that, but it is, I definitely, feel for those guys. And we were definitely a few drivers short tonight because obviously they've got other stuff to deal with, but they were watching live on YouTube, so that was pretty cool to see them commenting on the feed. So they may be taking a break from the racing, but they're still not taking a break from the racing.
Yeah, they're here with us, man. So in our hearts and our minds. So it's, it's just so hard to lose a parent and parents losing their children before they go, but it's just a part of life.
Yep. That's something to do.
Good run there, Brian LaBelle.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, that was pretty wild at the end.
Yeah, it was.
I got tangled up with Zach, and I don't know really what happened. It just happened so fast, but I claimed it, so they wouldn't have to really be any kind of arguing or anything like that going on. I wish more guys would do that when they're in an accident, just claim it and move ahead,
Yep, but just re-rack them, start all over.
That's right. And this is a simulation game. We all get caught up in it heavy sometimes and emotionally, but when it comes down to being, a sportsman about things, just call your shots, be honest about it. It's not like you're never going to be able to race again, you know what I mean?
Yep, that's right.
All in all, tonight was fun, guys. I really enjoyed it.
Yep, good race.
Yeah, it was awesome racing. The second
Blaine,
place. Yep.
As I say, you ready to get to the? Let's see, who's up next?
You are.
Oh,
you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna hop on out of here, guys. Y'all have a good night.
Awesome.
See you, Brian.
Thanks, Brian. Ken, second place. Let it rip, bud.
Yep.
No laps
Yep,
led, but you got the 170 points. That's crazy.
Yep.
You didn't lead any laps. I'm looking at that stat right now. That's wild. You were up there all day.
Yeah, I come back home to Breedlove here. That's good company right there. You stay with him, stay up front, keep nose clean, and so I was behind Breedlove quite a bit tonight.
I was going to actually talk more about the King of Kings, the Eliminator race you've got coming up. We changed the date on that thing to April 6th.
Yes.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun, man. We're talking about that all. We talked about it a little bit at the start of the broadcast, and we're just pumping up these special events because they're a lot of fun to do. Super unique racing from the back of the pack as people get eliminated from the race to turn it into a sprint race. So, yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. April's a busy month.
Yeah, the camera's usually on the back of the field because that's where most of the action is. Guys up front, they'll single file pretty quickly, but the guys in the back, they'll get 3 wide. You'll see guys pushing lanes, because they don't want to get nipped. So all the action's really in the back until it gets to the end. Then it's balls to the wall then.
Yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. Brad and I are looking forward to that one. That sounds really cool. I've never called a race like that before.
Be a really fun format. I'm looking forward to that.
Well, it's a pretty good race tonight, guys. Appreciate Perry, sponsoring it for the Moffitt Cancer Center. I thought that was pretty cool, and I think we all get touched. I lost my dad 2 years ago over cancer. I think that stuff touches everybody at some point. They get affected by it, but that's a pretty cool sponsor. And Perry, he went through a pretty rough patch. I remember racing with him over at RTG when I got started back, and I run with him a lot because he's a pretty good racer. Then he disappeared for a while, and then he came back, and he's really starting to get back in the groove. Getting his groove back in. So it's good to see. Good to see stuff like that.
Yeah, super cool. We've been around a lot of different leagues and much like all of us, have been around a long time in this sim.
Yeah, I'd like to give a shout out to the LA boys. I know they're watching. We miss them out here racing, but they got bigger things to be doing right now, and grieving their father, and that's tough when you lose your pops. I can't imagine. I cannot imagine what it was like for Papa Elliott and them 4 boys. He must have ruled that house with an iron fist. He had to. Them kids, but them boys, I can't imagine what they was like growing up.
Yeah, really. And 3 of them run this game, and the 4th one doesn't. I don't know why. So that's probably a whole different story.
Well, I know one time they were all on here because when we got started back a long time ago, 2003. They were always, there was Elliott 1, 2, 3, and 4. I don't remember who was who, but I just remember it was Elliott 1, Elliott 2, and and I've known Chris for 20 years. He came out when we would do tally rallies till 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and that's how we kind of got started, with the league and all that stuff. So I've known Chris a long time. So he come up to Ohio, and we had a little awards banquet and stuff. Some guys did some plaques. It was pretty cool, and we all got to meet each other and face to face for the first time after running together for 3, 4, 5 years, whatever it was. And so it was really cool. It was really cool to get to meet them all and meet their wives. And it's funny, we were all in one hotel room and just talking and having beers and people are smoking, and the room was just had a 4-foot layer of smoke in it. And we was all having a great time, and and it's funny how the wives, they kind of congregated together, and they're over there and that's all he ever wants to do is race, blah blah. It's just funny how they were talking, and then the guys were over here rehashing old races and stuff that happened. Yeah, it was funny, but it was a good time. It was a good time. But anyway, I'm gonna jump out of here, let you get to the winner. Awesome race, Breedlove. I knew you were. I knew you was ready for tonight when you come out there and laid that blistering lap down. I knew he was all in trouble.
Yeah, man. That's Ken. Thanks for again. Congratulations on the 2nd place finish. Thanks for chatting with us.
Yeah, man, guys. You guys take care. Thanks for everything you guys do.
Awesome, man. Thank you.
See you, Robert.
All right, Ken.
Yeah, man. Congratulations on the win. Total domination. Leading the most laps, winning the race. Coming out of this race with the maximum points to be had, dude. It was awesome. You were up front all day.
Well, I had to because I'm 20th in points, so I knew I had to do something spectacular to move up. But we got way behind me, and Dan got way behind there in the middle of the race before that first yellow came out, so that helped us out a lot. But I just want to dedicate the win to the Elliott family, and I know they're going through a lot of stuff right now, but when I talked to Jeff, and I told him, I said, hey, listen, your dad's in a much better place than we all are, so prayers to the Elliott family.
Yeah, 100%, man, 100%. Yeah, and I was looking at the points, and I just changed it. Yeah, you were sitting in 20th before this race started, so that'll be a huge boost in points for you, because most of the guys, obviously, you were in front of all of these guys, and a few of them in that top 12, top 13, like Grant and Greg, weren't able to make the race tonight too, so you're going to be leapfrogging a bunch of those names.
Yeah, a lot of people in the top 12 don't come out.
Yeah, that's always handy. And we're not even halfway through the season yet, man, so it's a long way to go.
Absolutely.
All right, Robert, if you wanted to do any final shout-outs, we'll let you wrap it up.
Just a shout out to Perry for sponsoring it. Everyone is touched by cancer somewhere in their life. My dad died of it in 2018, peak years now, 29 years ago of cancer. So somewhere down the line, your family gets touched by it some way, somehow. So just, hats off to him for sponsoring the race today. And thanks you guys for everything you guys do.
Awesome, man. Yeah, thank you very much. And have yourself a good night. We'll see you back here next week, hopefully, for more podium finishes. For just handing them out like they're free.
They're not free. You got to earn them.
No, they're not free. They're nerve-wracking. I've only got a couple, and they're definitely not easy to get, especially with company like this.
Oh yeah, you gotta cherish them because they're all top drivers that run in this league. So
yeah, that's definitely it. Anybody in this thing can win any given night. So congratulations on your win, bud.
Hey, thank you. You guys have a good night. Appreciate it.
Yeah, you too.
Thanks, Robert. There he is, Robert Breedlove, the winner of tonight's race. And thanks again to www.moffitt.org, the Moffitt Cancer Center, of course, Perry Bond, for sponsoring the race with that logo this evening. Thank you very much, Perry. Perry, as you can see, unfortunately got tangled up in that wreck at the end and ended up dropping a bunch of positions down to finish 19th, right where he qualified pretty much. He qualified 18th, finished in 19th, 106 points for Perry on the night. And for the season, Perry's actually in 18th position on the overall standings. So he's actually got more points than Robert Breedlove. Maybe not so much anymore after Robert coming in here and leading the most laps and winning the race. But still there in contention. And you can see from before when we were showing the, I can pull it up right now, the season's points. It's the top 12 that make it into the playoffs, but as you can see, there is a tie for first between Greg and Doug Hewlett. That's why there's actually 13 drivers highlighted in purple. Because it is possible, if there's a tie, we're bringing you with us into the playoffs. So at least 12 will make it. Who knows? Maybe there'll be 15 or 16.
Stay tuned.
Yeah.
Find out.
You'll have to stay tuned for the future episodes of Tarnation TV's broadcast. Why am I doing Unsolved Mysteries?
Exciting cliffhanger finales.
What happened to the race? What happened to the other race? Nobody knows. Tonight we find out. But yeah, should be exciting. It's always good. Always a full field. Today, of course, we had 27 drivers showing up. Last week, it was about 30. Love this stuff, man. There's always somebody on the track, and there's always a pile of them. So we are spoiled rotten here at Tarnation TV to get to basically call these races every week with such a full house. Thanks to the Elliots. Thinking of the Elliots. We've got, of course, thank you to all the drivers. Thank you to Perry Bond for the sponsorship of the Moffitt Cancer Center. I'm your host, Blaine Donlin. There's your better host, Brad Leckerman.
Oh, well, there's a host, but you know what? You're too kind. Yeah. Here we were, there it was, and that's another show.
How it do, so it is. Always keep one hand in the ocean. If the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy. Remember, we're pulling for you. We're all in this together. Keep your stick on the ice.
Never underestimate how important the pinky toe is. Because if you don't have one, you become a lot more wobbly.